While we may take voting and elections as, well, blasé, we're so used to it, we don't care. And you see that in voter participation rates going down. In Afghanistan, that is far from the case. Our next guest, Mariam Nakabla, spent years interpreting with the Canadian Armed Forces in Kandahar. She now lives here in Ottawa, and she joins us in studio. And Mariam, you have been glued to the local news channels out of Afghanistan, watching them online, I'm guessing, and
Yes.
just glued to them, trying to find out what's happening.
Well, I spent 20 hours on Saturday, which was the election day in Afghanistan, and then 20 hours on Sunday, trying to see the election, how it's going. And, I was amazed. Not only me, everybody's amazed by the turnout. And, everybody participated in the election. And, of course, like comparing the current result to 2004 and 2009, it's much higher.
A higher turnout.
Higher turnout. And people are very, very optimistic for the future of Afghanistan, and we say it's a democratic Afghanistan. We're getting there, and it's just amazing.
In this time out, it wasn't just Hamid Karzai and his slate of friends, and people can like or dislike Hamid Karzai, but he was such a central, powerful figure. I don't think there was a chance he would really lose the last election. This time, you've got a whole slate of candidates of all stripes going forward. There is a real choice there. No one can say this is a fake election.
Well, that's right, because President Karzai cannot run for the third time according to the country constitution. And the three people that we have that was running, like Dr. Ashraf Ghani Ahmadzai, Dr. Abdullah Abdullah, and Dr. Zalmay Rasool, are very intelligent people and smart people, and they know the situation of Afghanistan. They work there, they have been there, and people trust them. And so that's a lot of people participated, and they have a lot of support from the people of Afghanistan. So, people are concerned about the fraud and about the corruption in the elections, but at the same time, they're very optimistic as well that it might be much different, or the result will be more fair comparing to the 2009 elections.
Now, I was just reading before you came in a Reuters story saying the relative lack of violence compared to past elections shows that perhaps the Taliban is not as strong as some feared.
Absolutely, yes. It was a strong response by the people of Afghanistan to Taliban to show that they're not supporting Taliban anymore. And they definitely, they warned Afghans not going to the poll stations. But, the interesting thing is that I was watching Kandahar news channels, and the people from Panjwai district and Juri district, and I'm pretty much sure that a lot of Canadian Armed Forces will know these districts, and they participated in the elections for the first time in the last 12 years. And they did not only vote, but they start dancing after the voting. So, it was
These were Taliban strongholds.
Yes, like
these were the Taliban strongholds.
Yes, and
voting and dancing both banned by the Taliban.
Yes, and it's not only to show them that we voted, but to say we are dancing, we are happy what we did. So it was a really strong response, and it shows that Taliban lost power in Afghanistan, and they will have no chances to come to the country or to rule the country. And even if they want to come to be the part of the government, they have to change their ideologies, and they have to change the way they're dealing with things. Because right now, Afghanistan is the Afghanistan of 2014. It's not the Afghanistan of 1990s, where they would have easiest chances and to come and take over the country. Because we suffered from civil war, and we know and we experienced it, that how the situation was. And Afghans will never ever let Taliban to come back to the power and rule that country and that generation again.
You started helping the Canadian Armed Forces when you were 15 years old. Translating for them, going into houses, going into villages with them to help them. You came to Canada after some of your friends and family had been killed or threatened, and you used the program, the interpreter immigration program, to come here. But you hope to go back, though, and be involved, don't you?
Absolutely. It's my hope to go back to Afghanistan, because I feel responsibility. And, international community is helping us. We have the support of international community, but it's not enough. We should also realize our own responsibility, because we always say that Afghanistan is going to reconstruct by the Afghans, but with the help of international community. So my biggest goal is to go back to the country and to be involved in politics and one day to run for the presidential election.
You're going to run for president one day.
Yes, one day. So in Afghanistan. So I have a lot of hopes and ambitious for Afghanistan, and I'm looking forward to, when I'm going to Afghanistan, I will go to the peaceful Afghanistan and not to the Afghanistan that I left during the war or violence.
All right. Well, I know there's millions of Canadians hoping that you go back to a peaceful Afghanistan as well, because we don't want to see it return. And
Yes.
all the best. One day, hopefully, I'll be able to say I interviewed the Prime Minister or President of Afghanistan. Miriam, thanks so much. All the best.